presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Let's go to Ben in San Jose. Ben, what's going on, brother?
Hey, Tom, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. Yourself?
I just wanted to thank you and your team and everything. I've been using your technique with the 10-minute charts, watching the VIX, and just making a fortune here on the futures.
Isn't it interesting? That's awesome, man.
It's wonderful. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate it.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Cultivate wisdom. You don't have to accumulate knowledge to become wise. Anyone can become wise. When you become wise, you respect your body, you respect your mind, and you respect your soul. When you become wise, your life is controlled by your heart, not your head. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 70, Nasdaq's down 4, S&P's up 1. Gold contract up at $29.30, traded at $18.27 an ounce. We have silver up $1.19 at $24.38 an ounce. Light sweet crude up 90 cents. $76.09 a barrel, notes and bonds. The 10-year note down 21 ticks, trading 113.15. The 30-year up a full point, plus 23 ticks at 128.02. And King Dollar. King Dollar's down 678 ticks, 689 ticks at 104.032. The euro is at 106. The yen is at 131.67. The British pound is at 121 to 1 U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at it. What do you have? Well, you get a sideways move, not much action, and you can't expect much action this week, folks. You get 52 million shares traded. We hit a low today of 377.85, and that is a lower low than yesterday, but it has no traction. The gap is higher. My take is that we're still coming down into this 367, which is the highs of the lows inside the SPY. We take a look at the NDX 100, the 3 Qs. What we have with the 3 Qs, bottom line with the 3 Qs, is that, you're down 4 cents right now. You did 38 million shares. The gap is 268.56. We hit 266. 266.95 today, so you're in the gap. That's the bottom line. The problem with the Qs, folks, is that you're not only in the gap, what's happening is that the highs of the lows of October are 270. So we hit 266. The longer that you're under the 270 mark, we're 269.29 right now, which is not bad. But the longer that you're under 270, the higher the probability is that you're going to go right to the bottom of that gap. Of the low, and go hit the low and go make a run for it. That's 254. Now look at the small caps. Yeah, so let's look at the small caps, because the small caps, bottom line, they were the first ones going south. They're up right now. They're up $1.40. You have 13 million shares traded. Now, this is where this gets tricky, okay, because you can make the case, the highs of the lows inside the small cap is 172.20. We went to 171.18, and I rejected that. And you're going to reject, that's a rejection on low volume. That's what is actually like all the markets to do. But this is it's tricky right here. That's the bottom line. And inside the indices in general, because of the fact that you're pulling back, you are pulling back on light volume. It's not holding price, but you can make the argument that, hey man, you're going into strength. You have light volume. My take, I'm going with the larger ABC structure on the way down. And I can tell you why. A lot of it also has to do with, we're going to talk about right now, which is the metals, right? So if we go over to the yen, so last night what you had, folks, is that, so pull this up. Okay, so you had the Japanese central bank. They basically brought the amount that they would actually buy. They own the whole bond market. over there. They don't have a bond market, actually. The Japanese central bank owns 80% of all the bonds. Bonds don't even trade. What they did do is this. So they were always willing to buy bonds back at 25 basis points, which is 1/4%. Now they're saying, okay, that they'll bring that up to 0.5%. So what that did to the currency is that bottom line made the currency stronger, came down. The low that's established out here in the currency the last 6 months is 130.41. Well, guess what? It couldn't break it. And, you know, if you're familiar with time in the trade, this is 100% move or move, meaning we were down at 130.41. You go all the way up to 150, 195. You're back down here. We'll know more in the counter trend bounce as to this goes higher, and we'll see how it operates. Now, the yen is 14% of the dollar index. So if we go back over to the dollar index, what you're going to see is that the bottom line, the dollar index also didn't break its swing low. Swing low in the dollar index is 103.448. Well, we went to 103.777, and now we're at 104.024. Gold. Well, let's go to silver first, because silver is always highly volatile, more volatile than gold. Silver, and it's been stronger than gold, too, by the way. So what you have with silver, silver's up with 67,000 contracts now. Now, if you're into candlestick charting, this is not cool, okay? This is a last engulfing. A last engulfing is after a nice uptrend, which has been an uptrend in silver since August, you get basically a candle. Looks looking like this. Now let's go to my price and volume. We take a look at it. We turn this into price and volume. You're going to see 67,000 contracts, right? So now the question is, what are you going into? And you're going into 74,000 contracts. And the high of that was 24.39. And right now you're at 24.39. Now we go to the gold contract. When you see this in the gold contract, I can't even believe I'm saying this, because it's like, see, my take, the way that the yen was lower today, these equities should have went through the moon, folks, okay? Now, when we take a look at the gold contract, the same type of setup is happening, meaning, yeah, you get up $29, but guess what, man? The first time up that we got to this 1818, we did 226,000 contracts, right? It couldn't handle it. Come back just a little. The second time, we had 231,000 contracts. So that's what you're going into. And gold today couldn't get higher than that, which is the 1836. We got to 1832. You put that together with, let's go to the GLD, take a look at the GLD. This is where, when you're bullish something, I would much rather that we went down versus up. So, and the GLD, the bottom line, last time we were up here, we did 6.7 million shares. You're at 6 million now. That's going to be the tricky part of it, because you came down with 8.3. So the way I look at markets, your first high in the GLD at 8.6 million. That was at 167. The next high at 6.7. Correlation, big contraction. First time down, bottom line, we did 5.4 million shares. Next time down, 8.3 million shares. We're going up with 6. I don't like it, man. Sad but true. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
Currencies, commodities, and bond markets are as important as ever right now with how they're driving the volatility in equity markets across the globe, which is why it's a great time to try out Teddy Kegstad's Tiger Forex Report. Teddy Kegstad breaks down the Forex markets every Monday using his 30-plus years of experience as a trading veteran of futures, Forex, stocks, and options. Teddy releases his weekly Tiger Forex Report every Monday morning with coverage of all the major currency pairs, including the dollar index, the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, as well as many more, and he also has weekly coverage of the crude oil market and the 30-year T-bonds, as they both influence Forex markets tremendously. When you sign up for the Tiger Forex Report, you also gain instant access to Teddy's 60-minute webinar archive he just hosted, Forex Strategies and Fundamentals, What is Behind the Tiger Forex Report. For all the details and to start your 30-day Tiger Forex Report subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you looking for a way to consistently add winning trades to your portfolio? Tom O'Brien is here to help. Tom O'Brien has been successfully trading markets for over 30 years. A frequent contributor to TD Ameritrade Network and CNBC, Tom O'Brien founded TFNN over 20 years ago to help educate investors just like you. Tom's daily market newsletter, Market Insights, is published every morning when the markets open to give you the competitive informational edge you need to succeed. These newsletters are packed full of Tom's advanced technical analysis and are geared to deliver comprehensive strategies for a successful portfolio. Get Tom O'Brien's newsletter, Market Insights, today and try all of our products and newsletters 30 days risk-free with our money-back guarantee at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now are trading up 105. You get the NASDAQ up 1, S&P's up 5. Let's get over to our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, as we do each and every Tuesday at 20 past the hour. And don't forget, folks, Basil does an outstanding show here every trading day, 10 to 11 Eastern Standard Time. Also has a great newsletter, The Opening Call. Now, it's very easy to get Basil's newsletter, folks. You come over to our website at TFNN. You hit newsletters. You're going to see it right on the left-hand side, The Opening Call. You can get The Opening Call for 1 month for $149. You get it for 6 months for $695, which is a savings of $199 or 22%. And you get it for 1 year for $1195, which is a savings of $593 or 33%. Now, they all come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, folks. He's got a great newsletter. He puts out great information every week is like a whole new education, folks. So get over there, try it, kick off the new year with it. You're going to be happy you did. Basil Chapman, first off, you are amazing as usual, and thank you for all the presents. We're all happy here. We're all fat and happy. I'm telling you, man. Basil, folks, gives all of us here at the staff, it's pistachios, and it's amazing packages. So, needless to say, Basil, we are all fat and happy. Thank you very much, man.
Well, seriously. I appreciate everything that you guys do, you and Tommy and the crew. Go out of your way to make it really easy for us hosts here at TFNN just to do our job the best we can, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
And we do
happy,
too.
healthy New Year to all of you and to all the listeners.
Thank you, and you also, Basil. Thank you.
Thank you.
What are we doing here now?
So this is really interesting. It's funny. You were talking about gold a moment ago. The fact is that gold's been going up, and you didn't quite like all the technicals. So I'm looking at I love the Dow. We've been long. We've got almost every single low for the last many, even got the low, the exact day of the low in March the 6th of 2009. But at this particular point, there's this pattern that says we're holding. Let me show you. The left side chart is the daily of the Dow. The weekly here is in the middle, and on the right is the monthly chart. It's held, and when you think about the terrible news, that's just forget about the year. I'm just talking about the last 5 days. Wall Street. You could just name the Wall Street Journal, any paper, even your local newspaper has the economy up in the front page. And yet, look at this: 34,700 down to the 32,600 area, holding the 200-period moving average. In that manner, I'm kind of impressed at what's happened. Even when you think that in 5 or 6 sessions we wiped out basically 6-7 weeks of upside action. The speed with which we came down and the nervousness is palpable. And I'm looking at this and I'm saying, I'm anticipating some kind of a bounce. It's at that bounce that I'm going to really have the test of inner strength or weakness. And that's going to be the big test. And the Dow, I'll show you this here. It's also fascinating. I'll go to the black background charts. This is a daily chart of the Dow from the exact high right here. This is January, I think, 5th of this year. And with all the terrible news, look at this chart. This is not a major bear market chart at all. And look at this trend line. I call this the Chapman wave inside track, because when it keeps getting to that level of resistance, it gets dragged down. This time, it got dragged down momentarily, and then it went to a higher high, came within 8 or 10% of the all-time high. So I'm impressed. I still think the Dow, to me, is the meat of what we're looking at here. That's different. It's just the Dow 30, but it's a really nice mix. Look at this one. This is the S&P. This is the weekly chart, black background. And I also love black background. I wish I could use black background all the time, because
they look good, man.
Look how these colors.
Yeah.
I remember doing this once. I don't know. I was out somewhere in a waiting room somewhere, and someone went by and they said, "Wow, that looks like a Picasso, like a modern art." I said, "Yep, that's what it is." So I love these colors. But in the meantime, look at this Chapman wave inside track, repellent zone. Look how the S&P went right to the outer green line. If it started moving above that line, it would be matching the Dow. Couldn't do it. Look at the QQQ, the NDX 100. Same thing. But I also consider, over the years, I've learned that time is as important as price. Because sometimes you can do things really quickly. Like, what was it? Exactly a few years ago, remember that December crash? We went right down to the 26th of December. That was speed. That was
2018.
Price.
Yes, I
Correct.
went through it yesterday. Yep.
Price and very short time. Sometimes it just goes on and on, makes lower lows and lower highs. That's one of the patterns you've got to be very wary of, because that's just saying that there's no real inner strength. So it's going to be very important. Look, when you look at this, this is the QQQ NDX 100 trading vehicle, and it's been a grind to the upside. It got to that resistance, and yet it's one of the smallest rallies we've had in a long time. And the MACD is down. The stochastic is actually at a low. It's at 6.06%. That is really low. And the on-balance volume at this particular point is giving a signal that says there should be a rally any day now. So I'm looking at all these different charts. Here's the IWM, the Russell 2000, same thing. It tries desperately to get over the inside channel resistance, cannot do it. But it's holding much better, a little closer to that line than the QQQ. And I could just go on, look at the IYT. This is the transportation. I'm not a Dow theorist, but I do like when the transports are in concert with the Dow 30, and they're absolutely not right now. Couldn't even get to the outer line of the inside track repellent zone. So in that regard, we've raised cash for my subscribers. I'd like to put it to work. We're looking at certain areas under the radar, and I think it's really important that it's very selective. Don't have to get carried away. Start a position, small position. If it's starting to work, we can add. I'm also starting to look at a number of stocks in the single digits that are really holding very well, and they could be almost independent. So I think this is a market that is looking at the price points in every sector, and within every sector, you've got some stocks that are holding really well and some that just look terrible. In fact, we've had, I don't remember a time where in such a long period we've had stocks that are actually down 80 to 90% and still cannot get a decent rally. So I've got to respect that. But at the same time, I think the fear factor is palpable. It's out there. And you can understand why, because the news, every time there's a news report, it isn't very good. And in fact, the Fed would like even more bad news. But I'm kind of impressed the way certain stocks and certain, like the Dow, are holding pretty well under these conditions. So we raised cash. I hope to be putting it to work over the next few weeks. We're going to be finding stocks that I think can be under the radar. In other words, they in areas that have a price point in there, whatever they're selling, where they aren't affected as badly because they can raise prices, or they can at least hold their prices without, having it being affected by consumers. And that's kind of difficult, but there are companies. Healthcare is probably in that area, but there are a couple of areas, but it's very select. And maybe we're looking at the metals. So I've said to subscribers, I like the metals. Silver's acted a lot better than gold. I shouldn't be telling you this as Mr. Gold Master himself, but I do think that there's a place in a portfolio for the metals. So we're looking to see a nice pullback. I'd like to get into some of those.
And folks, it's very easy to get Basil's newsletter. Come over to our website at TFNN and we hit newsletters. Your opening calls right on your left-hand side. You hit that and you're off to the races. Basil, you have a great one, safe one, and we look forward to the show tomorrow morning.
Thank you, Tom. You too.
Thank you. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 122, Nasdaq's up 14, S&Ps are up 8.5. Let's go to our man Joe in Colorado. Joe, what's going on, brother?
Hey, Tom, how you doing? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, man. Happy New Year. Let's make it a great one.
Right on. I was hoping you could look at AEM.
So let's take a look at it. This is an Eco-Eagle. Bottom line is that the low for the year inside an Eco-Eagle is 36. The high is 67. It's trading at 52.30. Okay, so tell me what we're doing here.
I've got a call spread that I've had for a while. I'm just thinking of getting out today.
So, let me tell you something, folks. Me being the author of the Gold Report and being so heavily into gold, it's pretty strange being on the air every day saying, I don't like what's happening. And, that doesn't mean that gold and silver can't go to the moon either, folks. You gotta remember that, okay? So, I would get out, man. I can tell you this. I sold, the only gold I kept Vista Gold. I sold everything last week. I don't like how they're trading, man. You know, and that's really unusual. But what should happen...
The volume's pathetic.
It is. So what should happen here, you know, particularly today, like watch today, like an Eco Eagle, okay? So picture an Eco Eagle. First, it made a high 5 days ago with 3.4 million shares, okay? Then it came down, you know, Friday with 4.4. Now, you got to pay attention to that because I understand that, yes, that was option expiration, but I've explained before, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's coming down on volume, it's a problem. And now the correlation is just like kind of like Basil was talking about today. He says, like to see what the counter trend bounce is on the indices. This counter trend bounce today, you know, is not good. Okay, we're bouncing with 2.1 million. Now this is an AEM. Okay, so let's go through a few of these. Okay, Joe, if you can bear with me for a second because I've been going through them, and then a couple of the targets says, hey man, you know, you had Barrick going up, and you do have Barrick going up with volume, but Barrick is about the only one. So if we look at Barrick, right? You can see the last high that it made, you know, had 28 million. And that's, you know, if an Eco Eagle was doing what Barrick was doing, Joe, I'd tell you to keep the spread. This is how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? You're going up, you get volume, you know, basically going higher. Now, that being said, if we go to one of the largest streamers, okay, which is one of this one here is almost always the strongest stock. And Franco-Nevada, man, so Franco-Nevada hit a high 2 weeks ago at 150. It's trading 133. It came down Friday with 2.2 million shares, and it's up today with 1 million, and it can't even hold price. So then we go to, let's go to Royal Gold. That's another streamer, okay? We take a look at Royal Gold. This drives me crazy, too, by the way, folks, saying this, but it is what it is, man. So, and I don't know if I'm right, but I'm sticking to what I do on price and volume. So, you know, if you look at Royal Gold, bottom line, we made a high out here of 136. You know, bottom line, you went lower with 1.8 million, and you're up to 372. You know, and then let's go to the silvers, okay? Because silver is taking off like a rocket ship.
Any effect?
I'm sorry, what?
You think this thing with the Japanese yen might have any effect on gold in the short term?
What should have happened? Yes, as the yen gets stronger, gold likes to go to the moon. So my take this morning, I can tell you, so picture when I saw this morning, folks, okay? The first thing I get up, I'm looking, and I see gold up, you know, like $30 and the yen down, right? I mean, the yen gets stronger. So I'm laying there, and I'm looking at it, and I'm saying, oh, man, I'm totally wrong on this call, meaning I'm thinking that every gold stock's to the moon. So what happens, folks, is that I'm in South Africa a lot. Okay, I've explained to you that you can trade South African equities. Okay, the bottom line, I'm always there finding out what's happening in South Africa. Well, watch this. I brought up gold in South Africa, right? I thought I was seeing things. It was down. The gold stocks. I says, okay, this is insane. Okay, so you know. The bottom line is that I take the spread off, you know, because you made plenty of money. And and also what you're not hearing here, folks, is that we caught the run from the bottom going up. So I'm not willing to basically give that back. These runs were extraordinary. I mean, an Eco Eagle, you didn't have to get it at 36. You could have got it at 40 bucks. But the run was huge, man. So that's telling me that, guess what? Whatever is on this agenda out here, I think we're just going to back down a bit. And that would be saying... I appreciate it. That would be saying...
I'm going to hang up, but if you have a chance, can you look at Alcoa?
Alcoa. Hey, just stay right there. We're looking at it right now. It's... So... You get Alcoa. So what are we doing here with Alcoa?
I've also got a spread on.
Okay. This is weak, for sure. Yeah, I'd be careful with this one. And they're this is weak, Joe. This one here. You know, that when I give you my take on an Eco Eagle, you know, that take there is a take from my price and volume, what I want. But the bottom line is that I know that that's almost a 50-50 deal when I'm saying this. You see what I'm saying? With you know, Alcoa, my conviction would be almost like 90% that, you know what I mean? The problem, and what you're hearing, folks, the problem, and Joe knows, is the problem with golds, folks, if this goes down, this will go down dramatically, meaning the equities. Because I don't quite understand why the equities aren't, like, going up exponentially, you know, so. Cooking, brother.
Well, it probably bodes of bigger problems to come.
It's saying to me that the dollar is going to take off topside again. You know, we'll see. You know, because and the other side of this, folks, this is if we just follow through. You know, if it does take off, like today, I was more than prepared today. I was going to buy everything. I mean, when I first saw it, it's okay. I'll just buy everything. No big deal. You know, you're at the top of a consolidation, and that's what I'll do if I'm wrong. You know, because there's no juice here right now, and I know for a fact that you don't, when you're bullish, you don't want equities going higher in holiday periods. If you're bullish, you want them to go lower with lighter volume. That's just the way it goes, you know. So, hey.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Let's go take a look at that. You know, so you get Nova Gold's up 7%. Yeah, it's the same thing. This doesn't intrigue me. You know, in fact, if what's interesting about all of these, like with Nova Gold right here, that is a monster last engulfing. You don't want last engulfings. The last engulfings, folks, look positive and they're negative setups. And what does happen, you have to wait for the next day. And what happens in a last engulfing is this, is that first you have a trend. You got a nice trend going up. And that's what we had. We had a beautiful trend going up. We've been in consolidation for about 2 or 3 weeks. You had a nice, I mean, all these golds are up 40, 50, 60%, okay? So they come off the bottom, they went up nice. And then they went sideways. And what last engulfing does, it starts at the low of the day and finishes at the high of the day. At the end of a big trend, if these are down at all tomorrow, that means that that pattern is in place, meaning it's a bearish pattern. Even though it looks like a bullish pattern when it's happened, but it's basically a bearish pattern. We come back, we're going to do FedEx, UNG, Nike, and there's one more we're going to do. But we have FedEx coming out tonight. We have Nike coming out tonight. We have one of the chips tomorrow. We'll do all of them. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Okay, let's get down to it. We'll start with Nike. Nike's coming out with their numbers after the close out here today. Bottom line, what they're going to be looking for, they're looking for to bring $12.6 billion to their top line and 64 cents to their bottom line. And that's quite a downdraft, not in the context of gross dollars, but in earnings, okay? And that's why you said, see Nike, bottom line, when we take a look at this, Nike is an equity that already got into its March highs. So if we take a look at this, March 2020, that March high there was $94.98. And we went down to $82.50. Bottom line, you're out of there. That being said, you can see this on a monthly. My take is this thing's going lower, man. This probably will give us this. What's going to be cool about this is this. This is going to be a clear shot for us to see that is the market going to get down to its lows, because you can see what's happening here. It's been a straight shot down on Nike to 179, going down to 82. You came up, but you can see the correlation. The correlation. Last month we did 157 million shares. This month you're at 107. It's not even going to come close. And you haven't held the price of last month. So that's telling me Nike's going lower coming in, when they come out with their numbers. FedEx, FDX. We take a look at FedEx. The lows and highs of FedEx. The lows 141, the highs 266. You're trading at 163. They're coming out also right after the close today. They're going to be looking to take $23.7 billion to the top line and the $2.80 to the bottom line. Bottom line is that, we'll see where this shakes out, and we're going to see, what they have to say about the season coming in and what are they doing. If we take a look at this I'm going to put it on a 2-year weekly first. Let me put it on the monthly. The weekly's not giving us anything. This is a disaster. Okay, so the highs of the lows in FedEx is 142. You came down to 141. Look at this. And we came to 140. Look at this. Oh, man, this is pretty cool. I'm glad that we're looking at these. Okay, so look at this, folks. We came down to 141, right? But you see how we did it with 117 million shares? You see this over here? The highs of the lows of March was 87 million. So what did you do? You came down with heavier volume. You came down to 141. You came down with 117 million shares. Then the first month going up, you did 86 million. The next month, you did 56 million. This month, you're at 33. This thing's going right back to its lows, 141. And more than likely, you probably got an ABC down. You're going to go after the March lows, which is 88. Now, this is FedEx, folks, is the first equity that I actually found so far that when you've been testing, that it actually tested the highs of the lows with more volume. That's pretty hard to do. That's the reality. Let's go to the UNG. We'll go to the gas market. We take a look at the gas market. So the UNG, folks, this is the ETF for, let's see, for delivery at the Henry Hub in Louisiana. So this is only in Louisiana. That's how this shakes out. People like to trade it, but that's all you get. So the low on this baby, when we take a look at it for the last 52 weeks, is $11.69. The high's 34. You're trading at $16.66. Pull this back. This is an ABC down. You're going lower, man. This is a big ABC down. Yeah. You got 30, 32. You get about $12. This is going to $12, man. Yeah. Natural gas isn't going anywhere. Let me bring natural gas up. That's an ABC down. I'll bring up the active contract now and see what it looks like. Yeah, this is not, yeah, the gas is going lower. You broke the swing today. You broke 533. You're at 530. You're right at it. NG1. Let me do this like this. Then I'll go NG1. I'll bring up the generic. Put this on a weekly. Yeah, you're going. Yeah, gas wants lower price. In fact, if you take a look at this, watch this. That was only a dead cat bounce. If we take a look at the last leg up, there's your 0.382. It just went over the. Oh, it went to a 5.0. Went to a 5.0. But yeah, that's telling me gas is going lower. Let's go take a look at Credit Suisse for a couple of the tigers out here. The low Credit Suisse has huge problems, no doubt about it, man. The low is $2.80. The highs, $10. They've been keeping this. This equity alive for so long, it's amazing. So they're taking in $3.6 billion this year. They're going to lose 29 cents. They got them losing money all into next year. And if we take a look at this, you know, I understand. You know, you got a large bank and you think that it's at a low price, and you know, guess what? I wouldn't be touching this thing. Yeah, there's nothing there. I suspect that Credit Suisse is probably bankrupt, but they're going to let them, you know, basically hang out for a longer period of time. Let's go to Tesla, because Tesla's got a monster ABC down, and you got to remember something. The A to B equals C to D. These are straight line moves, and Tesla's doing it, man. You're down $11 here. When I got on the air, it was only down 9. It's accelerating on the way down. The volume's accelerating on the way down. We put this, you can see just in the last 2 weeks, we went from 198 down to 138. And you know what? I suspect we're going to see good old Elon. He's going to be selling ASAP. Don't be too surprised if he's just, you know, out there selling right now, because he knows that the game's up. What has happened, folks, is this. The confidence and trust that his followers have is probably eroding, because what does happen is that when you tell, well, let's look at this. Let's just see where we're talking here. So it's 2 years. September, you could have bought Tesla anytime in the last 2 years and 3 months, and you're underwater. That's a problem. That's a problem. There's no doubt about that. Well, today, what we did, we hit once we got under 166, the next level, man. This thing's going to $64, man. And, you know, if you look at the option chain, what happened is that when I actually saw this ABC down a couple days ago, I went in the option market, because I'm saying to myself, man, I'm going to throw, you know, 20 grand at this, whatever, in the option market, you know, thinking, you know, go out a bit and see what it is. And I'm telling you, that there wasn't a trade there, because the option market is also saying that that's where it's going. You can go get, I think I was looking at a 60 or 70, and you were getting charged. I mean, the risk reward wasn't there. There's plenty of folks inside of the option market that are buying. Well, here, let me show you. That's the easiest way. 1 second. Yeah, what's this? When you see this, you're going to crack up. As soon as we come back, I'll show it to you. I'll show you the bids and offers. and how much play there is at those much lower prices. It's pretty amazing. But there's not a trade there, folks, okay? The premiums are way too high. You know, it's not like you can put up $1 and make $5. It's not there. So it's not worth it. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. So Dow Industrials right now trading up 120. Got the Nasdaq up 14. S&P's up 8.5. If we go take a look at we know we're going to be up higher. Volume is contracting. Bottom line, it might take that's the problem. The Tesla is on the way down. You know what happened, folks? I lost track of what I was just going to tell you. This last thing, I can't believe I just did that. Just banged out so many of them at the same time. I just forgot which one I'm on. Anyway, the bottom line. Well, here, AMD. I think AMD's coming out with numbers too, right? Let's see. No, they're not coming out with numbers, but AMD, the bid-ask. Anyway, okay, it is what it is. Sorry about that. Should have wrote it down when I was there. Anyway, it is what it is. So we take a look at this, and let's go take a look at the euro too, because what's going to happen here, you can see that if the fact of the matter is that the dollar did not break its low, and the yen was up 4.7%. That's saying quite a bit. Oh, thank you, Tesla. Awesome, man, Tesla. I knew that. Well, thank you kindly. Thanks so much. Okay, here we go. We got plenty of time, too. Okay, so watch this. I'm going to bring this. Let me bring this to, I'm going to do, I'm going to go out. I'm going to change this strike. Where's the strike price? Right there. I'm going to change this till 2024. Wait till you see this. Okay, so I just changed this to January 2024. And we pull up. Now watch this. Look at this, man. So January of 2024, right? If you bought the 83 puts, the 83 puts are costing you $12.50. Okay? That's insane. That's like, that's unbelievable, actually. So first off, we did have to, so you got 83, 93. So you figure that's $95. Yeah, you get the gist of it. That is not an option trade, folks. That's the real bottom line. Thanks, man, for letting me get that. I'm telling you, man. It's been a great one. Always remember, folks, the bear can claw your heart out, the bull can run you over, and thank God there's always another trade. Have a great night, a safe night. Come back and visit Tommy tomorrow morning. Kicks us off 9 a.m. Great show, folks. Look at him, folks.